Matvichuk, she's from the Center for Civil Liberties. Alexandra, good morning. Thank you for joining us on Republic TV. Right, Alexandra, now you are still in Kyiv. Can you give us a sense of what's happening around you? Now, we do understand that there are a large number of Russian troops on the outskirts of the city. So is there a situation where supplies are not able to come inside the city?
We, for several weeks already, struggle in Kyiv, and Russian troops tried to circle Kyiv, but they failed. And they planned to be in Kyiv after 3 days when they appeared in the Ukrainian borders was totally failed. And now they had, as we understand, a huge problem with supplies by Russian troops. But in Kyiv, situation is also dangerous because Russians deliberately shelling on residential buildings and other civil objects, and that's why a lot of citizens left the city.
Now, Alexandra, Russia, of course, continues to say that we are not bombing civilian areas, but, you know, news that we have also gathered from inside Ukraine seems to suggest that's not the case. There have been a large number of casualties of civilians, and increasingly now, are you seeing the Russians get flustered and perhaps bomb civilian targets?
Yes, they deliberately reached civilian targets because the war crimes is a tool how the Russians conducted this war. They need more civilian casualties in order to stop Ukrainian resistance. And as I understand, Putin thought that he was faced in Ukraine only with Ukrainian army, and he never expected that he was faced in Ukraine with the whole Ukrainian people. That's why Russian troops are so angry.
Now, Alexandra, do you perceive or do you anticipate a humanitarian crisis in Kyiv itself? Because what we understand is that what the Russian army is hoping to do is to starve the city of supplies because they've surrounded Kyiv from, several parts. And as we've seen in Mariupol, perhaps one of the things that they intend to do is to make sure that supplies don't get in, and that leads to a huge humanitarian problem.
Yes, it's their plan, but now it's not fulfilled. We have food, we have water, we have electricity. Situation in Mariupol is it's dramatic. It's no comparison with Kyiv. They succeed to isolate Mariupol from humanitarian aid, and that's why people in Mariupol are dying. In Kyiv, it's not so.
Right, are you hopeful that the international community will do more than just talk? Because the fact is that there are several, issues involved here. There is, of course, Ukraine saying that human rights haven't been respected, and that, civilian infrastructure, schools, theaters, all of that has been bombed really to rubble in Ukraine by the Russians.
We need more proactive actions from the different states in order to stop Russia, because war is something horrible which violates every law and even moral norms. Putin has to be stopped. It's not only a Russian-Ukrainian relation. Such kind of thing violates the whole international order. We live in a very interconnected world, and now we saw a huge impact of this war to another countries, not only from refugee crisis, but also to stop appearing some products. The impact will be for the whole world very negative.
Right, and just one last question. What is it that you think that the international community, including the European Union and the rest of the world, can do to make sure that, they back it up with action? Because what we've seen so far is, even though refugees are flowing out, we're not seeing any long-term impact on the Russians yet.
We need several things. First, we ask for months already and not get any fighter planes or air defense systems. That's why Russian continue to deliberately destroy Ukrainian cities. We need long-range distance weapons, and we ask them from international community. Also, we need to ban all Russian banks from SWIFT. For current moment, only several banks are banned, and we don't understand why only several. We need all of them. Even Sberbank can provide his work free, and Sberbank is the biggest bank of Russia for current moment. Also, we need to put Russia in a blacklist of FATF and stop trade with Russia. It's not business as usual when Russians, Putin and his surrounding decided to kill innocent people. Something has to be changed, and oil and gas trade has to be stopped with Russia.
Right, Alexandra, appreciate your joining us. Thank you for speaking to us on Republic TV.
Thank you.